Welcome back. This is where we left off in the previous lesson. We combined all of these different sound effects along with some music and our main clips. I've also faded them out, and now it's time to finish this with some overlays and text. Head to the audio workspace, and we're just going to play this back and adjust these volume sliders. If you go up, you're going to make it louder. If you go down, you're going to make it lower. This is audio track 1 to audio track 6. So you can see what's on that track. We have the music on audio track 1. And finally, the footstep sounds on the audio track 6. I'm just going to drag things down. So each of these different audios have their own separate track. So now each of these audios have their own individual tracks, and if you want to move them down without changing their position, you can hold down Shift, let go once you're finished. So now instead of 6, I have 8 audio tracks. They are all here. I'm going to listen to everything and then adjust their volume. Alright, I have adjusted the audios for each of these different tracks, and now my video is good to go. Let's head to the Captions and Graphics workspace so we can put on our text. I'm going to pull this down so I can see the area for my text. Grab my text tool, which is up here. Let's first find out where I want to put my text. Grab it. And just write something random. Command A or Control A to select your text, and then do your adjustments. Once you're done, we can grab the Move tool and position this. I'm going to have it play at this point. Work with the length and play it back. So I have my text right now. I'm just going to add a simple dissolve transition. Select your clip, Command D, to put on a cross dissolve transition at the beginning and at the end. And then right at the second peak of the music, I'm going to put my playhead right here. I will change the source text into something different. Let's go to the Effect Controls, open up Text, enable the stopwatch for source text, push the keyframe back, and then change the text into something else. So suddenly we're going to get this transition from this into this. And this is matched with the piano key right here. To pull this back. There we go. So match your keyframe with the beat here. And now I'm going to make another text for my second video. Somewhere around here. Put in some random text, position it where you want it, and then hit Command D or Control D on Windows. Now for this one, if you want, you could use a transition. Simply make keyframes for position. We're going to learn about transitions in another lesson, but for now, I'm just going to do a quick position animation. Make a keyframe right where you want it to show up, and then go back a few frames, pull it towards the right. Just right at the start of her leg. So now we're going to have something like this. Then pull these guys back. If you extend the space between the two keyframes, it's going to show up a lot more slow. Grab the two keyframes, right click, and change them to ease in. Then repeat the same source text animation for this second text. Right on this beat, I'm going to make another text appear. Let's double click. Another keyframe here. Pull it back so that it stays on learn in between these two keyframes, and then put in your third text. I'm using my left and right arrow keys to move around. Then I'll make my final text. Let's call it Nature Company. Let's say this is the name of my project. I'm going to place it here, make it a little smaller, and have it go past her leg. On this point, I'm going to make a position keyframe. And basically before that, I don't want my text to be so far away from her legs. So go on your second position keyframe, select that keyframe, and just push this guy down. You could take this a step further and track it to the ground, but we're not going to do this for this example. I think for the last text, I'm going to do something else. Close off this text bar here and instead make a new text layer for the company's logo. Command A. Let's choose a different font and style. Center it using these two. And now I have my logo at the center of this video. Command D. And extend the length. Make a new adjustment layer. Put it underneath your new text. Grab a blur effect and add it right onto your adjustment layer. So we can finish this off like an ad. Blur everything. 15 points. Add on a simple shadow effect in the effect controls. On your text layer, just go down to shadow, check the box, and reduce the opacity so there is some dimension with your logo. You can of course put in an actual logo, but this text should do it for me. Now for this text where it shows up from this area, I'm going to create some mask transitions so that it looks cool. Go to the frame where the animation has ended, select your text, hit M, and go down to the text mask. You're gonna have to zoom in on her leg, then go to a frame where this comes in contact with her feet. Grab your mask and just go around her feet. Doesn't have to be perfect because her feet is far away, but just try to make an accurate selection. Invert your mask so everything shows up except for the parts where you can see the feet. Now we're going to make a keyframe for mask path. Then go each frame back, making sure that the explore text does not show up on her feet. So right here, I'm going to make a keyframe, adjust my mask. You can see that it kind of goes over her feet. Just pull these to the side. And just repeat this until the text has fully gone behind her feet. Delete the cross dissolve transition, and I'm just gonna fade this out the old-fashioned way. Go down to motion, make a keyframe for opacity, and when it reaches the start, we're going to reduce it to 0. I'm gonna extend my mask here. And just modify your keyframes until you have a good result. So once I play this back, we have a nice mask text effect. Alright, once I'm done with my text, I can go back to my editing panel. Let's fix this up and get a nice preview. So if you want, you can finish this off with some color grading, but the videos are pretty good on their own, and therefore I will skip that step. So that's about it for our first example. Let's take a final look and then move on to our next lesson.